Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Storytime stream. We're going to be reading lore, and that's the stream. And it's gonna be, and you can't stop me. Look, if you look now, you'll see that your hands are tied behind your back. Once again, there are no redeems currently available. You can't stop me. It's going to be cozy and chill, and we're gonna listen to the Quake 1 soundtrack, and we're gonna read through the Quake Champions lore. And that's the stream today. I don't know if I'd call it an ASMR stream, because I don't know. I feel like the word ASMR just kind of gets like thrown around, and I feel like, doesn't it like mean something like really specific? Like you have to do something to the audio. Like, doesn't it have to be like binaural or something? It should be ASMR. Is it an ASMR stream if I go like, whoa? I don't know. But so I'm not using it. So I didn't say this is an ASMR stream. But it is a stream where we're going to chill and read Quake Champions lore. I'm not high. Germa streams high one time, and suddenly every quirked up white boy on Twitch is baked. I'm not. You look You got me. I'm high. High on lactose. Because I now have I now have this mouse pad, which is great for wrist support, that Vega sent me. Vega Box, who's in the chat right now. I don't know if more are currently for sale. I think Vega said they weren't restocking or something, so I'm not sure. I don't want to be like, go get them, because I have no idea. But I was fortunate enough to get one on the second batch, because my dumbass forgot to submit for the first batch. And now I have one. And Vega even sent me a bonus little treat. I didn't eat it. I shouldn't use the word treat, because I didn't eat it. Of this little smiley bomb keychain as well, which I actually keep right here on my desk mic. Thank you, Vega. Much appreciated. I use this, but not at my desk, not at my like main desk, but we have a Windows 98 PC set up, and that's actually in our guest bedroom. So eventually, this is going to get really awkward because somebody's going to stay over and I'm going to forget to take out the booby mouse pad. So, who knows? But either way, thank you, Vega. I do still have my tiny mouse. It's great. I click so many heads with this thing. And you know that's true because you see me play video games so good on Twitch. So today I'm not eating the mouse again, chat. Today is very simple. That was the Quake 1 soundtrack, which maybe I should turn down because it is industrial. That we are going to read the Quake Champions lore, and that's pretty much it. Wait, I want to turn this down like a notch. Okay, there we go. Well, not that much. Fine balance. It's not about stroking it. I had the funniest thing happen earlier today. And maybe one of you in the chat will know about this. But just earlier, wait, I want to make sure I get this right. Sorry. That's the right URL, right? Yeah. Sometimes, I'll be like, there'll be I don't know, like a coffee request or something for a VTuber or some kind of streamer, and it'll be like, oh, they're a big fan of yours, send them a message, congratulate them on achieving partner or whatever it is, and I'll check out their channel and I'll actually follow them to maybe at some point just drop in and say hi in the chat. So I did that today to a streamer named, I have to tell you about this immediately because it's too funny. I did that today to a streamer named Strice Streusel. And I popped into the chat and I had a really amazing timing because what was happening there was she was doing an ASMR stream. Plenty of people do. And she was in the middle of equipping from her inventory onto her person. She was in the middle of equipping a pet shock collar for her audience to shock her with. And she's going to administer the shock. This happened earlier today. I'm not making this up. She's going to administer the shock. And she says to herself, private? It was on Twitch. It's not private. She says to herself, something along the lines of, just imagine Gabrielle, this is Gabrielle punishing you, administering divine punishment or something like that. And then she electrocutes herself, takes it like a champ. And so I introduce myself in the chat and I say, I don't remember this being in the Ultra Kill lore. Maybe I should reread the wiki. I think it ruined her life that I did that, but it was so funny that I couldn't resist. She's really nice. If this is the kind of thing you're into, I'm going to give her a shout out. That's Streisel on Twitch, in case you want to go check out that VTuber. That's who I met today. I don't know what you did today. I vacuumed, did a little bit of meal prep, and watched this girl electrocute herself in a divine prayer to the character I voice, or something. And to be honest, it was not divine. It was very unholy, let's be honest with ourselves. I love that, by the way. I'm not telling you that story to be like, that's so messed up. I think that's amazing, and I think everyone should be electrocuting themselves. The next message I sent was for her to stay safe, and then I left. You know what? I suppose you're right, actually. It is holy if it's Catholic, because that kind of like self-flagellation fits right in. You're totally right about that. Anyway, sorry. I wanted, that story was on my mind. I guess I just felt like telling you that. It's the Storytime stream, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to read alerts. I'm going to try to keep up with alerts as well. It might be the same thing as before, where we read some, I do a little bit of what we're about to do, quote, gameplay, and then I read some more, and through the stream I catch up. And another thing I want to tell you is, I actually can't guarantee that we're going to complete all of the lore entries today. We might only get some of them. I can't do the stream too long today, but I wanted to squeeze in some kind of bonus stream, especially because we missed Fraggy Friday. And that's the next thing that I want to tell you is the next Fraggy Friday is goddamn Quake soundtrack. Calm the fuck down. I'm talking to you. The next Fraggy Friday is going to be Unreal Tournament 1999, which I know if you had your buttons right now, you'd be cheering like crazy, because it turns out apparently with Epic's permission, I haven't seen Epic make an official statement about that yet, but I hope that's true and there wasn't like a misunderstanding. Apparently with Epic's permission, Internet Archive is being allowed to host Unreal and 99. And I install, here's the link in the chat. I also put it in the Discord, for those of you on the Discord. I installed it. It's a simple standalone installation. You install it, you hop into the servers, you frag. I was doing it. I was doing some deathmatch. So we're gonna do that for our next Fraggy Friday. So, that's the other thing I wanted to tell you. As long as you get to the part of the lore where the Goth Shambler and Goth Shambler have the French kiss, were you afraid to use the word Goth Vor to cause confusion, Wizard? Wasn't it a Vor in that art you sent me? Alright, hang on. Before I start showing porn on the screen, I'm going to read a couple of these alerts before I fall too far behind. Phantom Forever 309. Thank you for the 7-month resub. Saying, hey Gianni, I can't stick around because my ass is finally fixing my sleep schedule. Yippee! This cannot be said for a few members of the Discord server. Billions must be whacked and knocked out with a comically loud frying pan. Alright, frag on, Chief. Congrats, Phantom. I'm really glad that's happening for you. I've also actually been fixing my sleep schedule, and it's been amazing. Did you know it's physically possible to sleep through the entire night? That shit's crazy. I feel amazing. I feel like a god. I think instead of being hit, they should be electrocuted with a shock collar set to no less than 15 of what I assume are 20 strength settings. All right. Striker Dude, thank you for the 10-month resub. Saying, Gianni, you asshole. You got me thoroughly, absolutely addicted to Sparkle 2. I cannot stop playing. Please help me. I haven't eaten in weeks. It's just Sparkle 2. Listen, Striker Dude, it sounds like a difficult time in your life, but I want you to know that no matter what is happening, what is going on in your life, whether it's this or something else, Sparkle 2 will always be there for you and get you through whatever you're going through, even when what you're going through is Sparkle 2. In fact, especially when what you're going through is Sparkle 2. Sparkle on. Nog John, thank you for the 25-month resub. Saying, loving the goatees, Sir Matrograno. Thanks. Well, I mean, it is a Storytime stream, right? Gotta have a little bit of facial hair going on for a Storytime stream. Imaki Zerberus, thank you for the 3-month resub, saying, woohoo story. I feel that way too. By the way, this right here is here for decoration. This is the Quake Champions comics, which are actually amazing. I love these. We're not reading these today. I'm just going to go ahead and say it because it's been something I've wanted to do for like a year and I haven't. I want to do like a dub of these, but I don't know if it's happening anytime soon. If I did that, it would be like a video. Like it wouldn't just be me sitting here like camera down onto the page. That would be pretty funny though. Camera down onto the page is me like making explosion noises with my mouth, like pow, 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 damn you. Maybe we'll do that, but no, I'd love to do like an actual comic dub of that one day, but not right now. Today we're just doing the in-game QC lore, and that'll have to do. Also, I'm gonna drop this. I really, the way it is very, it shouldn't be on the mic like that. That's not good. Burned Arson, thank you for 500 bits, saying hi, how are you doing, big guy? And hi everyone, of course, love you all. Have a good time. Thanks, Arson. I'm doing pretty good. I'm having a good day. It's the weekend. So, you know, just doing some chores and a little bit of upkeep, you know, a little bit of gaming. And I had enough time here today that I was like, you know what? It's time for a bonus stream. So I'm doing good. I hope you're doing good, Arson. Explorer Nash, thank you for the Prime sub. Appreciate that. Philip Iono, thank you for 20 gift subs. Jesus Christ, that's a lot to kick things off with on a chill little Storytime stream. But thank you. Hope you're doing good, Philip. I'm not going to hit the Chad music because, you know, it's the doing like the chill vibe thing, but you can imagine it right now. You have my permission if you want. And it's in my heart. Can you feel my heart? Stupid joke. Thanks, Philip. And Loopy Leon 87, thank you for the 2-month Prime sub, saying, welcome everyone. Yes, welcome to lore. The lore dump for the arena shooter. All right, hang on. I got to see what Lux says here with this cheer. I'm skipping ahead to read this in the chat. It says, I said to myself, please God, don't let Gianni do the lore stream this weekend when I'm in New York for my grandpa's service. And once again, God let me down. Luckily, I spent the last few hours setting up all my responses with extra lore content. It's not finished, but I've got a number of them. Did you know OG Ranger was played by Trent Reznor? Check me in the chat for more fun facts. Lux, I knew. I actually knew that it was a bad time for you, so that's why I'm doing... No, I did not know that. But I had a feeling that you would say that. I'm sorry, but as always, things can only be poorly timed here, so it kind of checks out. And I actually did know that one. Yeah, you could just tell by that. You could tell by the breathy way that the is. Sounds like him. Okay, I'm gonna read a couple more here, and then we're gonna get into how we're gonna do the lore. All right. And then I'll try to catch up with the rest of them after we do some other lore entries. Where the fuck was I? Carter Thulu, thank you for the Prime sub for 9 months, saying, hello again, Gianni. Just started playing Abiotic Factor, and you did really, really well as the male player. Also, I posted player models of Jazz, Ripper, and your character Maw on the Gmod workshop. The Turbo Overkill dev and I are friends on Discord now, and apparently the tweet promoting my Johnny model got liked by Gary himself. I may have peaked. Either way, have a great stream. I'm out of the loop with everything now. I had no idea this happened. But that sounds awesome. I'm going to have to check that out. And furthermore, it does not surprise me. I'm assuming it's Sam Wadaholic that you added. And yeah, he's so chill and so modest. I love that guy so much. Yeah, it is. Yeah, he's just a sweetheart, man. We were doing the sessions, and he was like, I think he's like from New Zealand. And this is what New Zealand people sound like. He said something like, "Oh, I don't want to be in the way." That's what New Zealand people sound like. And I was like, in the way, don't let me be in the way of your vision coming to, it's your game. He's just a sweetheart. I got to meet him at PAX too. Really sweet. Good job on the model. I didn't look at it yet, but I bet it rocks. I'm going to check it out later. Thanks. Blue Artistic 813, thank you for the 21-month resub, saying, can you tell me a story, please? Hi, Gianners. How is you today? Good. You've picked a great day to want a story, Blue, because story is all we're here for. That and water. I hope you stay hydrated too. All right. Dr. Seth, thank you for 500 bits, saying, you rock that goatee, maybe keep it? Haha, JK, unless? All right, well, I don't know. Now that you've said it, Dr. Seth, I guess I'll have to think about it. The freakiest guy on the internet. Is that good? That can't be right. I don't know. I know some pretty intense porn artists, man. Maybe I'm up there, you know. I'm somewhere in that arena. I'm not top fragging, so I'm saying more of a Never mind, forget it. Cupid Fox of Love, thank you for the subscription for 6 months. Appreciate that. Half a year. God, how time flies. Negative Aura 121, thank you for the Prime sub. Gianni Lover 1111, thank you for 10 gift subs, kicking things off. Good Lord, appreciate it. The name checks out. Thank you. You don't have to support that much. You do too much, but thank you. Bird of Ill Omen, thank you for the 7-month resub, saying, yo, I do have a question. Did you voice in Paperhead? Because I could have sworn I heard your voice in episode 0. Absolutely. I fucking love Paperhead. Paperhead is awesome. I really think people, check out Paperhead. Don't sleep on this one. Especially if you're a fan of, boomer shooter stuff. You're probably going to know about it if you're into the boomer shooter scene. And I'm also going to recommend it to Madness fans, because the Paperhead dev is actually a big Madness fan, and you can kind of feel some of that inspiration in some of the way the design thinks. Paperhead rocks. And yeah, I'm in it, and a bunch of my friends are in it too. Longtime watchers who know Tosh. Tosh is in it. Segi's in it, and Gangleman is in it as well. And don't worry, I know if you had your redeems right now, you would be redeeming the Gangleman kiss redeem. Don't worry, I'm imagining it. And yeah, episode 0 is their sort of shareware free episode that, kind of like a demo kind of thing, prelude, whatever you want to call it. And it's out for free now, in case you want to go check out Paperhead. I miss the Grifters. We're still friends. We still want to do stuff. We've all just been busy. It's just life. But we actually do, periodically float the idea of doing a little bit more grifting. We chat, we hang out. We still, talk and game and stuff. But we just haven't done, a big stream together like that. Clear your schedules immediately. Yeah, you're right. My bad. I'll just, my bad. Why didn't I think of that? Fuck. All right. Here is what I'm going to do, chat. I'm really behind on the alerts, for which I apologize. I'm bad at this. But we're about half an hour in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the feature on the screen, introduce a little bit of the rules and how this is going to work, and then I'll maybe read a little bit, and then we're going to get back to reading more of the alerts. And that's the plan, and I hope that's okay. And if it's not okay, that wasn't a threat. I'm not going to break your neck. I was adjusting the microphone. If it's not okay, then I don't know. I'm fucked. I don't have a plan B. All right. So, let's see about Quake, shall we? Where is it? Oh yeah, I forgot. Thanks to NCS Artist for this amazing art that is entirely the Storytime stream art, as far as I'm concerned. Why is your voice like that? Because it's a chill Storytime stream. I'm not gonna yell at you. You're getting into bed. All right. So, here we are at the main feature. Sore lag. Here's what we're going to do. We have all of the lore unlocked. This we know. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to read, so I can keep track of where I am. We're going to do it in alphabetical order. We're going to read a champion, and then we're going to read an elder god, and then we're going to read another champion, and then we're going to read the lost ones, one of the lost ones, and then we're going to read another champion, and so on and so forth. And I think it'll space out to where we shouldn't end up with too many champions in a row. Just to kind of space it out a little bit. Can't hear Gianni over the menu music. What the fuck? Well, we have the Quake 1 OST going on. Is it that loud? I could turn that down a little bit if that's happening. We'll turn down Quake 1 OST just a little bit. And I guess we'll turn me up. So, let's begin. We're just reading these, by the way. I'm not doing like voice stuff or anything. We're just reading. All right. We'll start with Anarchy. He's cool. You guys don't know how good the lore is. You're about to find out. There's a reason I'm doing this. All right. Let's go ahead and read part 1. Listen. You just gotta listen to it all. Got that? Sorry, I'm gonna mess this up a bunch, by the way. Because you want to understand. You need to understand, right? Because only if you understand will you get it. Trust me, that will be important. How I managed to get all three, the world, the flesh, and the devil, and decide that one of them had to go. Hey, hang on there. Not yet. Easy with that. Take it easy. Just because the junk is free doesn't mean you just do it all at once, okay? Not okay. Not till you heard it all. Part 2. From Bloch Family Psychology Services Intake Report number 4212. The client presented to the group with clear antisocial, narcissistic, and at times solipsistic behaviors. His effect seemed unusually flat for someone his age, save for his eyes, which kept scanning the clinicians. Guarded, struggling to conceal a great deal of information. Among other behaviors, the client would repeatedly rub his hands and touch his face, as if he needed reassurance that he was awake and real. As to the events that brought him here, he had no response other than, after a long pause, I do not remember. By the way, Lux is just going to be dumping insane additional lore in the chat. So there's a bonus for anybody doing additional reading here. Part 3. From 911 Dispatcher Audio, August 5th, 1996, 12:35 a.m. Dispatcher. Now, miss, please slow down and tell me what caller, female, identity withheld. He's downstairs. You have to send someone. I don't know what he's done. The furniture destroyed, the windows smashed. I think I smell smoke. Dispatcher. Okay, just hang on. I will alert your fire department. Stay on the line. Caller. Unintelligible words, crashing noises, shouting. Dispatcher. Ma'am, all right, what's going on now? Ma'am? Caller. Oh God, he's covered the walls. All the walls. Not words. God, what are they? Part 4. From records of District Court of Los Angeles, Spring Street, January 4th, 2005. Officer D. Rodriguez. We located the teenager not far from the Barham Boulevard overpass. From the description, we knew it was him, and even though it was chilly that night, he stood well away from the fire. And the others, the usual vagrants, stood away from him. District Attorney S. Jones. Anything else? Rodriguez. His face and arms, not just the signs of a junkie, but serious scars visible, God, all over him. And that denim jacket, covered with strange pins, badges, and everywhere speckled with blood. Part 5. Still listening? Still all ears? Good, good. It's a journey, right? Right. A real journey. Blood, scars, all pointing one direction. The future. The world, the flesh, and the devil. But what if we could just dump the flesh? The small things I could do on my own. Some basic neurotech to control adrenaline, but there was still so much flesh weighing me down. Oh, and then, so sad, so very sad, when the parental units shook off their own shabby flesh, turns out that all that money, as ill-gotten as could be, was all mine. Part 6. The scientists wanted to back away, but all that money, useful in making them comply, one after the other, each with more knowledge. Some of those scientists, they had to be silenced. Can't have loose talk, isn't that right? Others I wanted to keep around for whatever new idea I might have. But still, and always, there was the matter of my face. So much skin, so vulnerable. And the eyes, wet balls of jelly designed to fail. Windows to the soul, they say. But maybe they could be windows to somewhere else. I had to find out. Part 7. From Interrogation Report, USC Military Research Center, subject Dr. Clarence Howell. He had read my research. Don't know how he'd gotten it. All of it just theoretical. Then he tricked me into a meeting, and I was his prisoner, and I told him it was only theoretical. This link between the pineal gland, I think it's pineal gland, yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It was only theoretical, this link between the pineal gland and extrasensory phenomena. More parapsychology than science. Didn't matter to him. You see my face, he said? What is left of it, and my arms? He did that, then said I must build and implant the interface. And God, my theories were right. Part 8. Still alive, my friend? Almost done here. Sorry, don't worry about that vibration. That's not my vibrator. See, it's a Fitbit. It doesn't matter. Sorry, let's go back to the lore. Still alive, my friend? Almost done here. After Dr. Howell, the universe opened up. Now not even the world was left. Now I saw worlds, new and terrible. Shall I describe them for you? The vast, terrible landscapes, the fumes stinking out of bottomless pits as these things crawled in and out, an engine of devouring and destroying, the screams constant, the roar of that horror, non-stop. Sleep vanished, replaced by the constant vision of these places, each an arena of death and terror, but all I could do was see it, just see, or so I thought. Part 9. So then I met this girl, nicely modded. She saw me too, and with a wave, as if these hellish places were a new playground for transhumans like us, I knew I could go there. It would take more money to find the right docs and engineers and make them do my bidding, and it would take a minor sacrifice of flesh here and there to open the way. Not mine, sorry, but others, like yours. You should be grateful for what you have enabled. What's about to happen won't be nice, but it will be transcendent. For me. And then you get his lore artifact, which is this. The ripped right half of a denim jacket that has had its sleeves cut off, still covered with buttons, patches, safety pins, and graffiti, but also speckled with dried blood. It's been years since Anarchy saw the jacket's other half, and he doesn't know whether it has been destroyed or not. And that's Anarchy's lore. Yay! Great story with the Anarchy stuff, honestly. I really love it. There's more of his stuff in, I think, the Anarchy stuff, and the Anarchy / stuff is my favorite of the comics, hands down. His story is for me what I think of when I think of how QC lore fucking rocks, because his story is basically, using like, transhumanism, cyberpunk augmentation bullshit to be able to see into eldritch places that he ought not dive. And it fucking rocks. It's so sick. So that's a recommend for the comic. All right, we got through one. Not bad. We might even get through 5 of these by the end of the stream. All right. I'm going to read a couple more of our lovely notifications from the wonderful people who support this terrible show. I don't care much for him. I appreciate the fact that the devs are like, no, we won't make him not suck. It's an essential part of his character. Yeah, it's great. And, in this game, right, he's voiced by Yuri Lowenthal. He's like an annoying loudmouth. That's his, like, gimmick. And this game, actually, timeline-wise, it's before Quake 3. And in Quake 3... some of you may remember, his mouth is all stitched up. So, the bit is, the reason he was like that is because he wouldn't shut the fuck up. All right, let me read a couple more of these alerts. Where was I? I'm lost. Wait. Okay. Oh, I'm more behind than I thought. Okay, here we go. Monologue Horror, thank you for 500 bits, saying, Gabrielle is honestly so slay. Not me literally dying to all of his sound clips. I love him while getting my ass beat in Ultra Kill. Yeah, that's how it starts. Then later you beat his ass, and then that becomes its whole own, like, different branch of fetishizing him, which is the only way you can interact with the character, of course, is fetishizing him. That's, well, you played the game. You don't need me to explain that to you. Yeah, you'll be whipping ass before you know it. Ultra Kill's good at getting you good at Ultra Kill. It's kind of crazy. Gianni Lover 1111, thank you for 1,000 bits, saying, by the time you read this, I will be gone, but I just wanted to say I love y'all and hope everyone's having a good day. Thanks, Gianni Lover. I appreciate the support, and even more, I appreciate the nice wishes. I think it is a pretty good day. Can we peek the vibe? There isn't a vibe. Chat? Fuck. Sinful Entity cheered 500 bits. Thanks, Sin. Says, I had a whole joke about how it'd be unfortunate if the title of Fraggy Friday lost a letter, and I went, oh no, the second G. But then I realized it's Saturday. I don't know why everyone makes that joke. Yes, obviously, it'd be a little silly if you dropped the R and suddenly it was Fraggy Friday. That wouldn't make any sense. I don't get it. Thanks, Sin. Tomatosh, thanks for 1069 bits. Nice. Bro, I'm literally stranded on the side of the road right now. Anyways, when I find my way back to civilization, in the meantime, yummers. Okay, what? Don't call your streamer. What do you call AAA? You need a tow or a Lyft or an Uber or something. You don't need Quake lore right now. Maybe you do, actually. Maybe this is exactly the time for Quake lore. You know what? Who am I to tell you how to live your life? All right, well, don't worry. Next, we're going to read about the Elder Gods. All right. Mystery234, thank you for the 6-month resub. Saying, hi, Pukiani. Yeah. You're amazing, and I love you so much. Be safe, and I'm going to blow up like usual. And, you look like a nerd right now. And okay, bye. You know what? That's true. I am something of a nerd. Thanks. I appreciate the support, Mystery. Blow up safely. I love the part in Ultra Kill where the whole game stops and Hikita comes out and looks at you directly in the eye and says, "That was a sex scene." Everyone understands that, right? Narratively, emotionally, and from a character arc standpoint, it's not a metaphor. It doesn't need to be. It's a sex scene. Okay, enjoy violence. And you know, it's crazy too. It's really confusing because they drop that in the middle of the fishing level. I mean, go figure. I don't know. Maybe they're one of those weird Sebastian shippers or something. Hooded Hawk, thank you for the Prime sub for 2 months, saying, "Hey Gianni, just wanted to say I'm also doing a Gabrielle and V1 build in Warframe. You're goated." First of all, sorry for the misread. Second of all, that's awesome. I love that, and I hope to see that at some point. I see a lot of folks will send me their Gabrielles and then some V1s and stuff in Warframe, and I love all of it. I think that's so great. My fashion frames are dog shit. They're terrible. I just started putting stuff together. I don't really know what happened. I think I should be ashamed of it. Do I have permission to draw your face? Listen, yeah, of course. I appreciate any and all fan art. You don't have to do that to yourself, but yeah, no problem. That's sweet that you want to. Okay, let me read a few more here, and then we'll go back to the lore. Caden Hearts, thank you for the gift sub. Vitalis Venandi, thank you for the 510 bits, saying, "Hey Gigi, just saying hello. Have some biddies. Hope you're doing well and taking care of yourself. I'm finally writing my own sleep schedule after pulling all-nighters on art again. Oof, but we're getting there. But the balance between art and sleep does not exist." I definitely understand that. I hope that you keep trying for it and keep aspiring to take care of yourself as good as possible. And it's okay if it doesn't go exactly how you hope, but I hope that you at least keep aiming in the direction of taking care of yourself. I want everybody to, I'm gonna be totally real with you. All right. In this line of work and many lines of work, there's like a culture of like, okay, it's not just mine. It's everybody. It's the modern culture of like working yourselves to death and feeling like you need to compare by like, kind of like almost turning your suffering into a sort of pissing contest, or, you're, not getting any sleep at all as some kind of like metric for how much you're putting in or whatever. And first of all, there needs to be a balance, because on one hand, that is, people do have to push themselves pretty hard to do a lot of the work. And I don't want people to feel like they can't, talk to their friends about how hard they're pushing themselves. But I try really hard to not celebrate it. I try to, when friends or really anybody is like, I haven't, oh yeah, I did back to back this thing, then this thing, then this thing, and I haven't slept in a week and a half. And not drinking water either, just for fun. I don't go like, oh hell yeah, damn, badass, that's the way. Yep. I go, well, darn, I hope that, things clear up for you a little bit, and you are able to find yourself, able to take care of yourself, because you're worth it. And, you can't pour from an empty cup, and you really got to take care of yourself to be able to keep doing those amazing things that you do. Not that I say all of that to literally every friend who expresses to me that they're tired because they don't fucking sleep, but I really try not to celebrate destroying yourself. So that is what I'm saying to you right now, is when you tell me I'm working on writing my sleep schedule, that's the part that I think is awesome and I love to hear about. Sleep and eat and drink water, take care of your body as best as you can. And again, it's not going to go perfectly, but do what you can. That's what I want for you. Yeah, you got to live longer to buy more of the fucking games I'm in. All right. Anyway, sorry for the ramble. Wari cheered 500 bits. Thanks, Wari. And says, good evening, Gianni. Hoping you have a great weekend. Just bought myself a VR headset so I can finally experience Anthroheat. I mean, Vertigo 2. Who said that? They are both amazing games. And I need to put... and the one that I have more time in, I need to put more time into one of them. But they're both really good. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm so cringe. I'm spending a lot of time in VR now, and it's not porn, and it's not Vertigo, even though it should be. It is a lot of pistol whip, and I've also gotten into like a cringe like boxing fitness thing. That's just been genuinely a really good part of my cardio routine. But also still lots of pistol whip. So all of my time in VR is like exercise oriented now. And I love it. It's so much fun. Yeah, pistol whip fucking rocks. All right. Dan T. Loeb cheered 500 bits saying, OGC looks like a little stick guy zorking it sideways. What? Oh, what you wrote is that's right. You use the text to make art. That's beautiful, Dan. O-GC. It does look like that. I'm gonna think about that. Thinking about zorking it sideways. Lux lightly cheered 500 bits. Thanks, Lux, and says, oh wait, I read this one earlier. It was the please God don't let Gianni do this, and here I am doing this. Once again, sorry, Lux. We must suffer. You understand. All right, a couple more, and then we're gonna read more lore. Okay, we're actually almost caught up. We're doing really good this stream. It's a chiller stream. Fish Teeth resubbed for 2 months and says, give it up for tiny numbers. Sparkle on, playing currently. Hey. Thanks. I appreciate it, no matter what the number is, honestly. Appreciate it. Enjoy Sparkle, as we should. Empire Cat, thank you for the subscription. Silas, thank you for the 500 bits, saying, he's so chill like that right now, chat. He's like a short sleeve over long sleeve, leaning on a brick wall, chill right now. Short sleeve of... Yeah, okay, yeah, I see it. That is pretty chill, yeah. I could do that if you wanted. I don't have a brick wall, but... Alright. All right, let me do. Okay, let's do a quick run of these, and then we'll jump back into it. Jetto Tanku, thank you for the Prime sub for 2 months, saying happy 2 months. Really appreciate the chill stream. Hope you're well. Thanks, Jetto. I appreciate it. Good to see you around always, and I hope you are well. First time chat says, oh my god, I love you. You as Gabrielle made me question my now non-existential heterosexuality. Yeah, that happens. And that is, I read that correctly. And that is, yeah, it does that. Welcome. I think you, I really bet. Okay, let me take a stab in the dark. Of the positive reviews on Steam, I'm gonna say at least 20% have a similar kind of backstory to their experience with the game. I'm here to tell you, Ultra kill is the gay agenda. It's the entire pipeline. It's all pipe. If we were doing the alerts right now, we would do the metal pipe sound effect, but we're not going to do that. Anyway, thank you. Glad you enjoy it. It's a really kick-ass game, so it comes with additional benefits as well. The dick that keeps on giving. I mean gift. Bryn Chow, thank you for the 1,000 bits, saying, "Hi, Gianni, you look very beautiful today." Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's the lighting mostly. I just want to say I'm sorry for the horrible, horrible horse art you will eventually see on Twitter. Love you, big guy. Keep up the great work. That is so ominous. That is, am I going to... That is some Godfather shit that you just warned me about. And anyway, I appreciate the support and I appreciate the heads up. And you know what? No matter what happens to me when I see it or when the screaming stops, I do appreciate the art. Thank you. Teeper, thank you for the 5 gift subs earlier. Jesus, appreciate it. Sincerely Suey, thank you for the resub for 6 months. Checkso3, thank you for the Prime sub for 2 months, saying eeby deeby. Yeah. Embrace it. It's the chill stream. There's no explosion that's going to snap you out of it today. Enjoy. Mighton? I'm saying this fucked up. I'm sorry. Mighton434, thank you for the Prime sub. For 3 months, saying, "Hello, Gianni. Just wanted to say that you're my favorite animal, and I hope you never die. Have a good day." It's a lot of pressure. No pun intended. Thank you. Are you... Well, thanks. There's a lot of good animals, like anteaters. I like that one. Raccoons. Big on raccoons. Really, really big on raccoons. But I appreciate to rank among them. Thank you. Freaky Chihuahua, thank you for the 3-month tier 2 resub. You ain't got to do all that, but appreciate it. Thank you, Chihuahua. S Citrus, thank you for the 3-month resub. And we'll do one more. From KX Events, which is definitely how I'm supposed to say that, saying, for 500 bits, thank you very much, saying, "Curse you for doing a calm Storytime stream while I'm working. Can't tell if I'm falling asleep or too interested in the lore to relax. Also, the Fitbit makes an entrance again. Hope you're having a great week." Yeah, thank you. It's probably going to go off during this stream. I'm just going to call it now. In a little bit, it's going to start buzzing like crazy, and it's going to be like... it's because it's going to be like, you hit your calories for the day or whatever, which I don't even think I set that goal, but and it's going to go off and everyone's going to be like, vibrator reveal, and I'm going to be like, it's not my vibrator, and I'm going to show you that it's just a Fitbit. I didn't have to tell you all that. I didn't have to say any of that, really. Thanks. All right. Let's go ahead and get back into a little bit more lore. What do you say? Let's read about Cathala. Oh, yes. I'm going to mispronounce all this shit, by the way. Sorry. I didn't get the guide. Fragment from the tattered pages of the Bathybic Librum. Of this world, which was in the eldest days all a sea, the deep waters embraced the earth and brushed the heavens, untainted by the grotesque, the rigid, the unyielding protrusions of the land. All was liquid, shifting, dark, and deep, until it fell from between the stars. It wounded the waters, its waves racing thrice across the globe, and it shattered the earth beneath, delivering upward vast swaths of ocean floor, and these became the first islands and continents to mar the pristine body of the sea. Thank you, Lux, for the additional lore. Very valuable lore in the chat that Lux is providing. Scroll 2. Then did the unearthly effluence of that fallen mass infuse the waters for leagues around, and the grotesque things that swim and crawl in the depths grew more loathsome still. They turned upon one another, and other sea life, driven by a new malevolent mien and a burgeoning intelligence. I think I said that word wrong. And they fought and slew, not for territory or for food, but to prove their devotion to the things that lurked still in the flooded crater, the things from the stars, which the newly reborn abominations sensed but never had seen, and which they came swiftly to worship. Scroll 3. Came the rise of beasts that walked on 2 legs instead of 4, and thought themselves greater than other beasts, and the youngest of these was man. And humankind, so vulnerable, dwelt in terror of the deep, all save a few. Some few men and women found a fascination in the rolling of the tide and the blinding darkness beneath the aqueous skin of the sea. These were called by their cowardly brethren mad, but had been touched by the dreams and portents sent by the terrible slumbering consciousness of the one who waits below. I guess this would be describing you, chat, since you're into Sebastian and Pressure and stuff, right? I don't know. I'm not a lore master. I'm just reading. Scroll 4. And some were drowned in abyssal depths, and some taken by the Ichithic? I'm fucking that word up, sorry. I'm stupid. I don't know a lot of words. I gotta Google these. Taken by the Ichithic abominations who dwelt below and were never more seen, and some returned inland, their thoughts twisting like eels and their dreams overflowing, but always without answers, until one came, her name never more to be spoken, who would become the greatest of the deep sirens. Never did she brave the abyss, but sat herself in the sediment at its edge. The abominations recognized that she had been called and left her be, and for years she studied, and she waited, and she dreamt at the edge of the sea. Scroll 5. In study of the tides and the shifting of the sea-driven sands did she read the secrets of the world and the waters, the creatures birthed below and the alien intelligences from above. In listening to the gurgle and the hiss of the deep sirens and their host did she come to understand the barest inkling of their utterances and the cold hatreds that drove them. And only when the patterns had rewritten her thoughts until her own words had metamorphosed into those burbling sonances did grim Cathala, dweller in the crater, send to the siren her own dreams. Scroll 6. None since have understood the incomprehensible mind of the Queen of Ciphers as did the first deep siren, but many are they, driven by curiosity or madness or an impossible awareness who try. They are always 3 trines of deep sirens stretching back to the beginning. Seekers of secrets, linked by esoteric writings and forbidden knowledge, their thoughts and dreams changed by such enigmas until they share with their brethren notions and understandings unspoken, and they all serve Cathala and venerate her, that she might grant them the deepest comprehension of all things before the inexorable end. Scroll 7. But the Queen of Ciphers cares little for such a transient thing as man. For Cathala is of the sea, be it one of green waters or of the colorless void, and as they, she is endless. She waits and cares not for the passing of time. What rose shall fall. The sea was first, and the sea will be last. One day the tides and the stars shall move as one. Then Cathala will rise, and the sea will rise, and all that was land and voice and life and thought shall once more be hers alone. So that's the entry for Kathala. This shit's so good. Did you know? Kathala holds the rune of Elder Magic, and she rules the realm of Elder Magic. I don't think I knew that one. And I think I also forgot about her being a Vadrigar. Alright. There's a big claim reward button here, but don't worry about that. I've, done that, but I think it doesn't, the button stays sometimes. Don't worry about it. It's not important. I think you get, a skin or something. I forget. Let's do another lore entry. And then we'll do a little bit more of the requests, or the not requests, the other word, the alerts. Walked through Walmart, listen to this, bought Capri Suns and a Transformers 1 Lunchable. That's fucking sick. I love that. They're dreamers. The dreamer. All right, let's read In Search of Moo. All right. RV Hina, is that a D or no? Oyo? I think it's an O. Am I stupid? Can I read? I think it's an O. RV Hina Oyo log, February 2nd, 1995. Emma Johansson, research lead. Or Johansson? Yeah, Johansson's a different. Hang on, I can't read. Let's say Johansson. Johansson. Wait. How do you pronounce? Wait. How do you write Scarlett Johansson? wait. wait. Hang on. Okay. I don't know. Wait. I gotta pull that up. Scarlett. Is that how you write Scarlett? No. Her name's different. Okay. I don't know. It's not worth it. I don't know why I'm bothering with this. Let's say Johansson. All right. Okay. Let's try this again from the top. RV Hina Oil Log, February 2nd, 1995. Emma Johansson, research lead. Finally at sea. Minimum 5 days to Point Nemo. Arriving 2 weeks off schedule. Lost 6 days in Valparaiso. Captain Sarmento was 2 days late, and Engineer Ebers took 4 to fix the ROV damaged in transit. Also lost 3 days in Hangaroa, finalizing the eccentric deal terms with Alert Trust via IRC, resupply by aerial drop, no one else allowed aboard. That meant much more prep, even for an abyssal zone project. I still don't even know who or what Alert Trust is, but the funding is beyond my dreams. 2. February 5th. 3 tranquil days, only engine hum. Bits of plastic in the water even here. Sent ROV down to gauge the pollution. Observed the so-called spacecraft cemetery. Satellite debris scattered on the abyssal plain. There is no place humans can't ruin. Update 1949-48. If I didn't have footage, I would think I hallucinated this. Tribrachidium fossil. Tribrachidium fossils. Tribrachidium fossils. Thousands. The sea floor is tiled with them. These aren't like the few millimeters wide specimens known. They are meters across. Some may be decameters. I think that's how you say that word. This will rewrite our understanding of the Ediacaran. No one will believe I need to sleep. I'm mispronouncing everything here. I'm so sorry. Don't let the developer see this. February 6th. Awoke to noise on deck. An Alert Trust fuel drop. I had dreamt of countless Tribrachidia, alive, slowly turning, pinwheels of tendrils. Immediately rechecked yesterday's footage to ensure I wasn't imagining what I saw. As the ROV ascended, a pattern emerged in the fossils, a Fibonacci-like spiral curve. I know this sounds insane. I have to follow it, obviously. I can't tell Sarmento. I'll come up with some scientific excuse. Update, 14/11/33. Hydrothermal vents clustered on the seabed, black smokers with spires of a meter or less. They're what I came to find, but they're not important anymore. We have the theme, sure, why not? 4. February 7th. Dreamt of something incredibly vast moving under the seafloor. It seemed female? Then it seemed like it was Riley. Or within Riley? Made no sense. You swore you wouldn't think about her. Many more smoker vents below now, like a city of smokestacks. Too many to pilot the ROV through. Some of the spires are over 100 meters. I should be ecstatic, but I can barely function through this migraine. There was a sound in the dream, like a reverberated moan. I still hear it. It won't stop. Music's too loud? Alright. I think it's just because it's the theme, which does whip ass, but we'll just skip. Alright. 5. The Tribrachidium fossil pattern, sorry, I was trying the word. The Tribrachidium fossil pattern is clear now. The curve is one of 3 spiraling out from a central point obscured by smoker spires. Depth measurements at that point are implausible. Just a black gash in the seabed. The shape of the pattern is the same as the one in each fossil, many miles across. Many, many. Sleep didn't make the thrum go away. It comes and goes like a tide. It's trying to say something. Ftah, ftah. Other noises, guttural, infrasonic. Can't hear. The men, they're muttering and shuffling and breathing. I need to hear it. I need quiet. 6. I'm gonna... Fatah... I don't know how the Eldritch words work, sorry. Now I hear it. The thrum. The stars are so bright. Never seen them this way. Finally, no one else. The men are dead. I made it quick. Sleep face covers throat slit. Over the side. Float down to the gash. Kiwa will catch them. Then worms. The thrum moan. I hear it. The hot black. Vastness within. Stirring. I need to hear it. Feel it. For myself. I need to see it. Need to see her. The center. The spire city. The dark place. It's open now. Must go. Will go. Tonight. Now. So that's In Search of Moo. So good. Did you know the first track of the Quake soundtrack included with the game disc is the game itself? That's fucked. The whole like licensing stuff with the having the disc and everything is like, I'm so thankful that the remaster just has the music just working, no BS like it used to be. Although I'll tell you something. Actually, here's a little fun fact some of you might not know. Quake on Steam for the longest time didn't come with the soundtrack because basically, and I'm gonna fuck this up a little bit, but back in the day there was some licensing stuff when they were doing the collab with 9 Inch Nails, and the way it ended up working out was that the only way like the label or whatever would put stuff through was if the music was only on the disc and didn't install or something. So the way Quake worked was on your computer, it would play the music as long as you had the disc in the tray. But the Steam version, I guess, didn't sort out the technical details of that or the licensing or something. And so the Steam version didn't have the music. And for a lot of people, myself included, I installed Quake. I didn't know fucking anything. And my first playthrough of Quake was entirely without music. And only later did I learn, that there's a soundtrack, and it rocks, and we're listening to it. And then later I played through it with the music. And now the remaster, you don't have to worry about that. The Steam version just has the music. Everything's good. The remaster rocks. But anyway, my point is, not having any music at all is, in my opinion, an equally valid way to experience Quake. like, I would say your first probably should be with the soundtrack as intended and everything. But it is also a really strong atmosphere with literally no music at all. It works really well with Quake, in my opinion. But you know, try to get the music going because, well, you can hear it. It's amazing. All right, let me read a couple more alerts here. Robo Freak, thank you for 500 bits, saying, can't stick around, I have prior obligations, so I can't AU on my TISM, but wanted to shove money at you anyways. Hi chat, hi Gianni, keep the goatee forever, obligatory endoparasitic plug, okay, bye, kisses. They're selling a plug now? Damn, that merch is getting crazy. All right, hear me out. Hear me out, okay? Endoparasitic. All right, I shouldn't say it. Fuck it. Endoparasitic merch, right? It's a plug. It's the syringe. It's one of the syringes sticking out of you. You can see like the green in the fucking. Forget it. I'm gonna read more alerts. It's not actually a syringe. Like there's like a. All right, you know what? I won't describe this in too much graphic detail, but we're doing amazing merch concepting work here at the R&D department lately. All right. Luke on leave, thanks for 500 bits, saying, finally, after months of missed the stream, I was finally able to join the stream in time. Sorry, I'm misreading this entirely. Thanks to Gabrielle Ringtone, shouted for me to wake up, lol. Sorry about my broken English. This is my first time cheering the bits. Anyway, hi Gianni, hi chat. Hope you have a great stream. Thanks, Luke. And don't worry at all about the English. We're meeting halfway because I also can't read. And I just appreciate you stopping by and the support and stuff. And I hope you have a great. Well, you won't have a great stream because I guess that's not how that works. But you know, have a great day. Do not 3D print a sex merchandise. Sorry, that wasn't to you, Luke. That was, never mind, forget it. Dan cheered 800 bits. Thanks, Dan. And put the little stick guy again. O dash, actually I think it's a 0 dash G with one of the little lesser than symbols, saying he's still going. And you know what, Dan? I really got to say, I'm proud and I'm happy for him, and I'm glad somebody is taking Nonstop Nut November seriously. Thanks, Dan. BPD Yowie, thank you for 5 gift subs. Appreciate that. That was 30 minutes ago. I'm behind, but thank you. And I'm trying to. I saw more smiley. Never mind. Thanks. You're great. All right. Copidian, thank you for the Prime sub. Keko Kino, thank you for the 500 bits, saying, Gianni, I'm in the middle of an intense workout. I'm dying. Please help. My arms fell off. Hell yeah. Don't hurt yourself, of course. Be safe. But right on. That's what it's all about. Savor the pain. Thanks, Keko Kino. Get it. Dan T. Loeb cheered 500 bits. Thanks, Dan. Your support, you're too supportive. Saying, for VR, consider modded Beat Saber 2. It's pretty easy to mod, even for the Quest standalone version, and you get instant access to a library of like 20,000 songs you can just stream using better song search. Yeah, I've actually done that with the Beat Saber modding stuff, and it is pretty cool. So first of all, Marika's more the Beat Saber player, and she doesn't care. She plays Crab Rave. She mostly plays Crab Rave and a little bit of some other songs. That's what it's all about for her. And for my part, we also you know, we're classic white edgelord like suburban kids, because you know, we're jamming out to some fucking Linkin Park, obviously. So Crab Rave and Linkin Park, basically. And anyway, with the modded Beat Saber, I found a really funny problem with Beat Saber mods, and it's that how do I put this? The problem with Beat Saber, it's like Call of Duty all over again. The damn sweats are ruining it. Beat Saber, I'm not good. Marika's really good. Marika's pretty good. But the thing with Beat Saber is you do the modding scene and you start installing all of the songs, and I'm like, okay, I want to jam out to this song and this song and this song, and then I download them and discover that they've like only been designed for like hard mode, and they're all hard as fuck, and I actually just like get annihilated trying to play them. They don't have as much selection if you suck on the mods, which is really funny, because and it figures, right, because the people who are into that are more hardcore and play the game a lot, so that's like what they're designing for to satisfy, and I straight up can't. But it is really cool that all of that's there, and there are some songs that, you know, on the mod scene that even I can handle, but it doesn't matter because I just play Pistol Whip. It's so good. Gianni Lover cheered 500 bits. Thank you, Gianni Lover. And says, I know whispering strains the voice, but what about ASMR? Does ASMR hurt after a while? You know what? I actually don't know. I don't really do ASMR stuff, so you'd be better off asking the aforementioned Strice Streusel, who does ASMR stuff. I would imagine that it can be a little bit more tiring on the voice than just standard talking. That would make sense to me because it's kind of in a similar range to whispering. And a lot of ASMR stuff does feature a lot of whispering. I don't do it a lot, so I guess I can't really speak to it. But I'd imagine, well, first of all, let me rephrase this. It shouldn't hurt. Things you do with your voice shouldn't hurt. You can wear your voice out, and, maybe, you need to do some vocal rest or whatever, but you shouldn't do things to your voice that give you pain, and especially like blood. Don't taste blood. But I would imagine like whispering ASMR can like tire your voice out in that way. My voice hurts every time I use it. Classic mistake. Talked. All right. Doubtful Detective, thank you for the Prime sub for 13 months. Saying certified Columbo moment. Thank you, Doubtful Detective. Username checks out. Oh, you know what I just realized I could do that makes sense? If I'm going to sit here just reading alerts, I could go to the big screen because, yeah, that's right. Does that make sense? I don't know how Twitch, things work. I must go. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Dan. Keep zorking it sideways. Keep zorking it sideways, brother. You crank that hog horizontal style, brother. All right. Pips Decaf Coffee Cup, thank you for the 6-month resub. Gianni Lover 1111, thank you for the additional gift sub. Appreciate that. Burned Arson, thank you for an additional gift sub as well. Appreciate that. Meowzaki, thank you for 500 bits, saying, this stream is giving me gender envy. Can I have your voice? I promise I'll give it back. No, I won't. It's only temporary. No, it's not. I just want it for a little bit. I'll steal it forever. There's a big problem there, Zaki. I'd love to help you out, but it's actually kind of a licensing issue, because one of the things about my reputation is that people are like, oh, how are you able to do all of those voices? And what people figured out through the YouTube channel a long time ago is that it's that I am in possession of thousands of damned souls that I've taken from other voice actors, because the reason why I'm good, I'm not one of the best, but I'm pretty good. The reason why I'm pretty good is because whenever I meet an actor that's like better than me, I eat them. And absorb the power. So here's the problem with your request, Zaki, is it's actually a licensing issue, because in eating them and taking possession of their soul, have you ever played Feeding Frenzy? Never mind, it's not important. In taking possession of their soul, I have clearance to sound like this, to do these voices. Yeah, Steve Bloom, he's been gone for a while. They got like a body double going around. It's crazy. I didn't do that. I just ate the guy. Yeah, so if I tried to give it to you, there'd be a licensing issue. It's like the Quake 1 music thing that we were just talking about. So I'm sorry, I can't help you with that. I would recommend start eating people. It's like my dad always said, you got to eat a man to become a man. Don't listen to me. Anyway. Fatalis Finandi, thank you for 510 bits, saying, I'm sorry, but Gigi, we need you as a judge. Several of us are going to duke it out in a parking lot to see who's going to be Ursula and borrow your voice. We need you to be the judge. I don't want you to fight in the parking lot. Parking lots are for two things: burnouts and Kingdom Hearts. And if you know, you know, and you probably know. So I would say just do one of those two things. There is my judgment. Emo Cat Special, thank you for the 500 bits, saying, hey Gignani, I have a Cat Steve update for you. I know you miss him so much, and he misses you too. So anyway, Steve flooded my upstairs bathroom from a broken sink. It came down through the floor, through the downstairs smoke alarm, causing all of them in the house to go off and leaving big dollar amounts of water damage. But it's okay, he's just a silly little guy, Lamau. That is crazy. Your cat is a genuinely impressive agent of chaos who I am so proud to be personal friends with. And I approve of all of that. And I wish Cat Steve the best with further destruction of property. Not necessarily yours, but just whatever it takes to, destroy something. That's great. Thanks, Emo Cat Special. Stay safe with that evil cat. And Doppelganger's House, thank you for the gift sub to Cannibalism. Perfect. We might actually be caught up, but let me double check, because sometimes when I'm being flashbanged, sometimes when I think that, it turns out it was like burying some from me. Let me just give a quick little peek and see if I can spot anything. I think we're good. I think we're caught up. Yeah, we're probably fine. If I missed you, it's because I hate you personally, and I'm ungrateful to the fans that have supported me. Also, for some reason, the music stopped, and I didn't tell it to do that. Sorry. All right. I say we get back into the lore, but before we do that, I'm just going to go on a quick BRB. I got to refill my water bottle here, and then we're going to get back into it with a little bit more QC lore. Thanks, everybody. Hi, everybody. We're back. Sorry, I was gone a little longer than expected. I was getting water, and then, wouldn't you know it, I shit myself right at the sink. No, that's not what happened. I didn't know where my phone was. That's all. All right, so here's the deal. This stream isn't going to go, I'm just going to warn you, it's not going to go too much longer, like maybe an hour tops. We're going to see about getting through a bunch of the lore, and then we'll call it. And we'll definitely have to do more Storytime streams in the future, because I do want to get through all of these entries eventually. But we're gonna see what we can get through tonight. Is it less than I thought? Almost definitely. Okay. First of all, while I was away, thank you to Fatomai for the 500 bits, saying, I've decided that Quake lore slaps, actually. Thanks for hosting a chill Saturday stream. P.S. Please don't eat Keith David. I actually have good news about that. I can't. They tried, and that's how The Thing got made. So I'm not fucking with that. No worries. No worries there. I know how it is. Keith David eats you. That's the biz. So, yeah, you know, if you've played Feeding Frenzy, never mind, it's not important. Thanks. And Barfing Rainbows, thank you for the gift sub. Appreciate that. Good to see you. And BPD Yowie, thanks for another 500 bits. Appreciate it. Saying, hi. I don't have anything important to say, really. Did you see the Smiley Bomb X Smiley Bomb stuff I did on Newgrounds? My most prized possession, honestly. Also recently got scouted on there, so that's awesome. Yay. Hell yeah, I'm glad all those fives I've been dropping you are finally paying off. And yeah, I did see it, and it's really good. Thanks. Appreciate it, BPD Yowie. Keep up the great work. All right. We're going to do a little bit more lore here, folks. I hope you're ready for that. Last we did was In Search of Mu. So it's time to do another champion. Let's read about Athena. Part 1. TCM Central Command to Command Staff. TCS Ogon and TCS Epidemic. Operation Alien Overlord. Final objective designations. Primary. Establish mass data communications uplink. Optimal and fallback target locations identified in Attachment B. Neutralize planetary defense system. Code designation Big Gun. Neutralize Strogg Slipgate Generator. Eliminate Strogg Chief Warlord. Designation Macron. Secondary. This might be sounding familiar to some of you. Secondary. Neutralize Cerberon Laser Defense Grid. Establish on-site base camps. Optimal and fallback target locations identified in Attachment E. TCS Ogun companies to pursue primary objectives. TCS Epidemic companies to pursue secondary objectives. Then prepare to engage primaries in case of initial failure. Godspeed, Marines. Part 2. TCS Ogun to TC Command. Slipgate transit successful. Strogos atmospheric incursion successful. All systems nominal. Request final go, no go. Attention all units. Green light confirmed. Alien Overlord is go. Repeat. Alien Overlord is go. Alpha Company, deploy. Beta Company in 30. Alpha Company impact in 5.5 mics. Looking good so far. Planetary batteries appear unable to target drop pods. Impact in 4 mics. Units Alpha 802, 803, 807, 811, adjust heading. You're too tempting a target clumped like power surge and planetary defenses. We're not reading EMP. My God. It's full atmospheric coverage. All pods brace for... Part 3. No idea if this thing's even recording. It looks like a few internal systems rebooted off the emergency life support battery, but I don't have screens to tell me which ones. All major systems are offline. Hatch release failed. So did the emergency backup because this pod's a piece of shit and I'm going to die in here without firing a goddamn shot. Sorry, frustrated. This is Unit Alpha 808, Lance Corporal Athena Hayes. Terran Coalition Marine Expeditionary Force recording. I hope. Location unknown. Trapped in drop pod. Sounds of engagement audible but distant and fading. Shit. Part 4. Been stuck in this tin coffin for days now. Undetected by Strogg, which is a plus. Also undetected by TC forces, if there are any left. Which means suffocation or starvation when LS systems finally run out of juice. So maybe that's less of a plus. You know, I wasn't supposed to be here. Lainey, she was the one who was going to be a soldier. Global Defense Force officer. Follow in the footsteps. Family tradition. Make mom and dad proud. They groomed her entire life for this. And she washes out 3 weeks from graduation. This shit's so good. Part 5. Didn't even try to hide that she'd done it on purpose. Nobody gets through academy training and then fails final proficiencies that bad. Know what she told us? That after all the pageantry, all the talk of duty, she realized she could never actually kill anyone. Family disowned her, but standing up to them? First thing she did I really respected. I also saw a chance to finally catch mom and dad's attention for myself for a change. Hell, I'd been coasting for years. They ignored me for her, so I was everything she wasn't. No goals, didn't care. Part 6. Never wanted to be a Marine, but never wanted anything else bad either, Never wanted anything else bad enough either, so I figured if I pulled off what she couldn't, I might find some meaning. And some parents who gave a shit. Barely made the academy, but damn if I didn't grow to love it. Parents told me every week they were just waiting for me to show my true colors, drop out. So I just worked harder. Would have graduated top of my year, too, if I'd had a chance to finish. Maybe that would have finally pleased them. Strogg ruined that plan. Part 7. No time left for officer training. Too many grunts needed. Once we finally drove them off, better believe I wanted to go finish the job. But now I guess it's up to Rhino Squad. Still salty about roads making... The hell was that? Some kind of blast. Everything's distorted, tinted red. Oh god, don't throw up. Don't throw up. The generator. They must have gotten the slipgate generator. Fuck you, Strogg. But if that... When the shockwave hits... Damn it. Maybe Earth is safe now. If this is recording, tell my mom and dad I'm sorry. Part 8. Half the viewport's blocked. Best I can tell, I'm in a stone ruin. And I mean in it. Pod stuck halfway in the wall near the ceiling. Combat happening here. I've seen more than one firefight now. Cyborgs, aliens I've never seen, and a Marine. I think, in old, bulky body armor. Someone new coming into... Jesus! Anyone gets this record, they're gonna think I'm crazy. It's some kind of zombie. No cybernetics to keep him going, just a goddamn walking corpse in medieval armor. This can't be real. Where the fuck am I? Part 9. Okay, that last entry was embarrassing. Sorry. Life support's failing. Hatch still jammed. I think I can reroute power from the system still working into an electrical discharge. If I wait until one of the cyborgs is nearby, they may see it or feel it. If not, I'll slowly suffocate or die of thirst. If they do, they'll probably try to kill me, but they'll have to break open the pod to get to me. Maybe I can survive the first blast from one of those guns. Bad odds, but I'm dead if I don't try. He's not a zombie, he's fully alive, just not eternally young. Yeah, we'll get to him. We'll get to him in a few, actually. I don't know about, maybe tonight, hopefully. Lore, and then you get the lore artifact. A flag from a GDF Academy training exercise. The last one her sister Lainey completed before washing out. We got flag lore. Yo. Fucking love this shit so much. Alright. Saw a ranger and called him old. Alright, let's read about an elder god. This is always cheery. Goroth. Oh, let's read about everyone's favorite Andrew Hall-Schultz Quake Champions track. Including me. Scroll 1. Recovered mission log. TCS Providence, September 7th, 2283. Actually, for all I know, maybe that's the 9th of July, but let's say September 7th. Lieutenant Commander Kanika, acting captain. Slip drive damaged as we jumped through the gravity well of a rogue star. Helm was able to control our crash to land us on the single body orbiting the rogue. Providence badly damaged. Salvageable, but we don't have the parts. Multiple casualties upon impact, including captain and first officer. At such close orbit, the surface of this asteroid, should be molten, but Science Division reports readings that, though harsh, can sustain life, at least for short periods, sending out scouting parties before determining our next course of action. Scroll 2. Multiple excursions have failed to report back. Can't keep sending people into danger, but sitting around blind is a death sentence. Elected to lead the final excursion myself, leaving behind only the wounded, medics, and a squad of Marines. Air breathable but painfully hot, even at night. Surface rock unidentifiable. Gravity too strong for body this size. Constellations foreign. I think the damaged slip drive did more than just take us off course. Located numerous corpses in nearby chasm. Remnants of battle? Bodies are desiccated, but boast metallic prosthetics. Slapdash, built of scavenged and recycled materials, but displaying advanced mechanical techniques. Goroth is Commander Rice. He's a relative of Warren Rice from many different Lovecraft works, including the TTRPG. Hell yeah, thanks, Lux. Scroll 3. Don't know how long they'll let me keep this recorder. Sunrise was almost blinding. Discovered a massive step pyramid on the horizon, hundreds of feet high. Grounds around the ziggurat were littered with more cyborg corpses. Snuck inside just in time to hear screams. Found central chamber with many of our missing crew, including some of those I left behind, being fed alive to a great central flame. God, the smell. We tried to save them. Of course we tried. Surrounded before we could even reach them. More techno-organic hybrids. Heaven knows what's next for us, but I fear the flames. Scroll 4. They took me to a room high in the ziggurat to meet someone called the Smelter of Flesh. Beneath a great window, this creature of charred skin and metal prosthetics droned on about the glories of brutal murder and the ones he addressed. God, they were my people, or parts of my people. They'd been changed. Injuries and even healthy limbs replaced by steel muscles and razor spines. They reached out with fingers equal parts flesh and flexing prongs. Jaws of recycled metal parted, but their wounds were lost behind the wires and steel spines now revealed behind their teeth. All right. Scroll 5. He stared out at the blazing sun that should have blinded him. Spoke of Griathrig. Probably saying that wrong, sorry. Using horrible sounds I can't make. Goroth, I'll call him. The sire of embers. The unappeasable. Born in the heart of that star. Or perhaps, who is that star? A god of heat and hate. Forge and fire. A shaper and destroyer. Only in the destruction of others, or even oneself, can one glorify Goroth. Drifted to the window as he ranted, and below I saw the techno-organic servants of Goroth battling one another. But a few marched off toward the Providence, dragging parts behind. Scroll 6. They know Earth. For centuries, the Smelter says, they have been weaponsmiths and warriors. 100 times throughout history, they have guttered and risen again, like an eternal flame. Some remain there, he tells me, even now. I pray to a God I don't really believe in that he lies. He offers me a chance to join, to enhance my own glory and his. For those who bring new followers share in their deeds and their achievements, and, of course, Goroth's. But whether I join or die, I will be part of someone's glory. Not much of a choice. Scroll 7. Can barely think through the pain. Probably final log entry. They've stripped Providence bare of working equipment. Wish I knew what they were doing with it. Wouldn't join them. Couldn't. But they're still making me fight. More glory for them than just throwing me into the fire. Hand mangled in the last battle. Legs scorched. They'll be replaced soon. They're mad. All of them. Some unholy mixture of savage horde and pyramid scheme, and all they want to do is destroy. Well, if I'm to die, they'll have to earn it. They'll remember my name. That's glory, I suppose. That's Goroth. I love the lore in this fucking game so much. Goroth was chained by Gilman to control him before he ascended and now is trapped. He took control of the dimension of the doomed when Ranger defeated Cathalan or whoever the fuck in the first game. Oh, you mean that terrible boss fight? I need to go? Well, thanks for stopping by. This won't be the last Storytime stream because we're not going to finish all of this tonight. Let's read another champion. Oh yeah, we're going to read about BJ. All right. All right. I'm not going to... All right. We'll tell you what. We'll do a BJ voice for the lines where he talks. All right. Because that's a chill enough kind of like low enough volume. William B.J. Blazkowicz, Part 1. Sorry. I think it's... I always struggle with his name, actually. I think it's Blazkowicz. Blazkowicz? I'm going to fuck this up like four... I'm going to say it 4 different ways while we read this, by the way. Do not make the mistake of facing BJ when he is dual-wielding. He will quickly overwhelm you. Thank you, loading screen tip. All right. Let's read about our boy BJ. Why the fuck is he here? From Incident Report, Camp Bullis, San Antonio, Texas, May 1935. Details. S. Sergeant Pickens observed Private Blazkowicz fighting 4 other soldiers in the barracks. On arrival, Pickens saw that 2 of the privates had been rendered unconscious, and the other 2, one armed with a lead pipe, had backed away. Fighting ceased on the S. Sergeant's entry. Recommendations. Though S. Sergeant Pickens ordered all parties to brig, we recommended Blazkowicz be evaluated for special services. Not only did he confront 4 men who had been assaulting another soldier, but did so with skill that bears closer scrutiny. From Classified Training Summary, William J. Blazkowicz... I'm so sorry. I know how to say it, but then I forget. Blazkowicz has completed all requirements for full agent status within the Office of Secret Actions. Though his effectiveness with weapons and combat are beyond criticism, we are concerned that his self-reliance could lead him to pursuing unauthorized objectives. Additionally, his morals could present a problem should his commanding officer require him to undertake any mission that falls in an ethical gray area. That said, he is hereby approved to receive the classified dossiers detailing the Germans' weapon technology plans, as well as those regarding their supernatural occult initiatives. From Transcript, Mission Briefing, October 1994. Inspector, you have reviewed the documents? BJ, yes, sir. I read them, but I can't say I understand them. Can I ask some questions? Inspector, of course. BJ, standing. We don't know how close the Germans are to having this bomb, or the VTOL, right? Inspector, that is correct. BJ, and from the intel, your scientists think they're trying to access extra-dimensional space? I don't mean to sound doubtful, sir, but I'm having a hard time getting my head around it. They think this supernatural stuff could be real? Inspector, that is correct. Part 4. From Mission Summary, November 1944. During his mission to recover VTOL plans, Captain Blazkowicz uncovered Colonel Wilhelm Death's Head Strauss's more dire goal. Death's Head constructed a device aboard his Zeppelin to create a portal to the so-called Black Sun dimension, a power source with far more destructive potential than the atomic bomb. Blazkowicz pursued Death's Head into this portal. A short time later, something destroyed the Zeppelin from within, and it crash-landed into Eisenstadt Castle. Blazkowicz escaped and is en route to OSA HQ, but more importantly, we recommend that the research begin immediately on this Black Sun phenomenon. Part 5. From Memo to OSA Director Joseph D. Hassett, July 1946. I regret to report that Captain Blazkowicz is MIA, presumed deceased. His squadron came under fire, but he survived and attempted to infiltrate Death's Head's facility. That was the last we heard. No Allied dead were recovered. Director, this mission was our last hope. With its failure, the Germans are poised to conquer the globe. My team continues to look for ways to stop them, but we believe the window of opportunity has closed. I'm sorry, sir. We have a report for the President ready for your review. Part 6. From the Journal of Dr. Kurzestov. Did I get that right? Let's say we did. From the Journal of Dr. Kurzestov Alewa Zaklad Psychiatricini Malawis. I'm saying all that wrong, I'm so sorry. The man was transferred to the asylum from the hospital where he was taken by the fishermen who found him. The subject's wounds were immense. He was already minimally conscious when found. On examination, I concluded his state was permanent. I was ready to hand him over to the relentless German hospital squad. Better him than one of our conscious patients, I reasoned. But my young daughter Anya convinced me not to. She would care for him. I indulged her hope. How could I not? Part 7. From Anya Alewa's statement, prepared for Carolyn Becker, 14 years. That's how long. Sorry, I read that wrong. It should be like, from Anya Alewa's statement, prepared for Carolyn Becker. 14 years. That's how long. His body healed, but he remained unresponsive. My father became ill, but still he tended to those who the Germans would discard, while this man hung on until the day Death's Head squad raided the hospital, intending to kill every last patient. It was hopeless. When my parents resisted, they murdered them in cold blood. But as they dragged me away, I heard a struggle. It was William, as though the gunfire had shattered his catatonia, and the rest, well, you know what happened to Keller and his thugs. Part 8. From the transcript, final mission briefing. CB, Blazkowicz, the Kreisau Circle is more than one person. We're a long way from Eisenstadt. BJ, understood. But the plans for this fortress, Carolyn, so many holes, blank spaces. Can we use the dock, CB. Dot you could. Yes, the spindly torque will get you in. But after that, it is up to you. BJ. So we use this Kraut U-boat to bust in. After that, I'll have only this partial map. CB. And your own formidable survival skills. BJ. Could be a suicide mission, but I've been dead before. Count me in. Part 9. From Mission Summary by Carolyn Becker, February 1961. Watching events unfold from the periscope of the Eva's hammer, Bombate reported observing an explosion atop the compound's main roof. He saw what he believed to be the remains of Wilhelm Death's Head Strauss near a destroyed mechanical construct. A figure dragging himself away from the site was also visible. As I was returning to the Eva's hammer with the survivors, Blazkowicz re-established radio contact and gave the all-clear to fire the nuclear cannon. This is the point at which we decided to take action. And then you get this lore artifact. A mysterious Datyukud dodecagon BJ recovered from a secret vault within deep-sea trench. The Datikud was an ancient mystical society whose inventions are so advanced that their working aren't fully understood to this day. So yeah, BJ's backstory is pretty much just like it's more or less BJ's deal, but still cool. Gonna go? Thanks for stopping by. Have yourself a wonderful night. The stream won't be too much longer anyway. But I could read a little more lore. Like Ethagnal, for example. Alright. Scroll 1. Excerpts from the Notes of Arthur Balaji, linguist and cryptographer. For months, I've struggled to translate the documents provided to me by Mr. Pomeroy. Now that I've finally determined how, I nearly wish I hadn't. Either someone is playing an unamusing prank, I have stumbled across a mathematically impossible coincidence, or something is at work I cannot rationally explain. It's a book cipher, this code, and although these documents are ancient, flaking at every touch, the code is my own Techniques of Modern Cryptography Volume 3, published only 2 years ago. Scroll 2. Even knowing the key, segments of these documents are proving far harder to decode than others. They use different languages, peculiar diagrams that irritate the eye. Thus far, I have pieced together only individual phrases. Tenebrous caverns, where stands the web-shrouded chair, who gleefully become speakers of sacred lies, keepers of unnecessary, important secrets. There dwells, face smeared with the crown, veil of dust, the minister of doubt, who is midwife to falsehoods. It seems the writers wanted these peculiar titles to be more easily interpreted than the rest. Surely this is a hoax, and yet I must know more. Ethagnal is Sam Dreyer and is a relative of William Dreyer from At the Mountains of Madness. Oh, thanks, Lux. Scroll 3. Much of it eludes me, but I've found a name in the diagrams. The Crawler in Dusk, Ethagnal. Head splitting, has for days. That diagram, dizzying, but I beat it. This Ethagnal seems a thing of worship to these speakers of lies, this minister of doubt. There's some sort of cult, nonsensical, yet this feels real, like a distant memory. Haven't been to see Mother this week. Well, she's not an invalid yet. She'll bang on the neighbor's door if she's hungry. I've work to do. Scroll 4. Dwellers in the furthest reaches, who had as many limbs as the vermin that crawl, but who walked upright and whose vile tongues had learned speech, and they brought those who would become humanity before the web-shrouded chair. They were taught of Ethagnal, the solver, but their eyes were put out, that they might never see a truth to counter the sacred lies. Clearly this must be parable. Never have there been any such creatures. They sound like spiders. I hate spiders. I swear something is watching me as I write this. Scroll 5. Collapsed on the work table. Must record the dream before it fades. Saw almost people, silhouettes, twitching forms stumbling through a claustrophobic maze. Its walls were rigid here, fleshy there, but everywhere wet with corrosive mucoidal sludge. I somehow understood the runes in its folds and edges, but they consisted only of false directions and poetic oxymorons. Paths led into each other, into themselves, like a toxic mockery of gray matter. Through all crawled Ethagnal. That's not my vibrator, sorry, I'm showing you? That's my calories. It's telling me you can't see it. Fuck. Never mind. Where was I? let's take it from a couple sentences back. Paths led into each other, into themselves, like a toxic mockery of gray matter. Well, thanks for the raid, Engineer Gaming, 1972. You're just in time to have missed what happened a moment ago. Don't worry about chat. We're doing a Storytime stream where I'm reading through the lore of Quake Champions because I have all the codexes unlocked. It's not going to go too much longer, but we got at least another 20 minutes in us. Come on in, everybody. Hope you're having fun over there at Engineer Gaming. All right, let me read a little more here. Let's. Paths led into each other, into themselves, like a toxic mockery of gray matter. Through all crawled Ethagnal, his followers like flies in a webwork, fueling his search for an exit from the labyrinth. This work is getting to me, but I cannot stop now. Scroll 6. Someone's gotten to my notes. Papers have been moved, worse than moved, altered. My dream of Ethagnal's labyrinth, his skittering cultists, his endless search for the maze's end, all of it, it's in my notes, in my hand. And not today's, but last week's. How did I record the ghastly vision before I dreamt it? I've barricaded the door and blocked the window with bookcases, yet I still feel unsafe. If only I would stop seeing that movement, those glints from between the floorboards. This is madness. Ethagnal is not real. Scroll 7. I've read too much. They know. Nobody must know I've seen these documents, let alone decoded them. Mr. Pomeroy must be first. It shouldn't prove difficult. He's a small man without family. I pray that anyone else he's told of me is equally alone. I'll try to make it swift. The Minister of Doubt would probably approve. Murder for a secret. But this is my life, and it's only for this extreme circumstance. I'm not like them. I'm not. And that's Ethagnal. These are so fucking good. All right. Oh, yeah. I'm excited. Yeah, let's get my boy Clutch. People sure do get murdery for the Elder Gods. All right. Clutch is my original main. Just because I thought he was cool. All right. I finished Veilguard. Oh, hell yeah. Congrats. I technically started it, but I'm not ready yet. One day. All right. You know what RPG I've actually been playing is Mario and Luigi Brothership. That's exactly the level of RPG I'm ready for. It's a fun game. Very cute, very cozy. All right. Part 1. Autonomous... I already fucked it up. Autonomous Mining Unit. Mission designation C-17U. Technological. Ongoing report. Day 54.40. Cycle 17,848. Communication lost with mission specialist A. Rosenburn and AMU MD. C03I subsequent to partial collapse of tunnel designated 14C. Mission Commander T. Galvez and Artificial Neural Network MD Master Control have declared situational emergency. Overseer A. Tetsuo has arrived from corporate to investigate recent on-site accidents. All units to give her command priority above T. Galvez during recovery operation. Overseer A. Tetsuo has ordered AMU-MD C-17U reactivated and repurposed with rendering Tunnel 14C passable and commencing search for missing organic and technological units. I'll give you a little teaser about. I'll give you a did you know. Okay, Lux's did you know is Clutch is a big robot and I love him. The did you know I'll give you is we're probably about to read about it, and it's that Clutch's lore ties closely with Aizen's, and if I'm remembering correctly, I believe Tetsuo is his wife. And here's another did you know about Aizen. A bunch of his lines are in German because he's German, but if I remember right, some of his lines are in Japanese because his wife is Japanese and he also speaks Japanese. That's sometimes people are like, Gianni, what do you think about Eisen English voice? And I'm like, okay, but that's so much less cool than what's already there. Anyway, we'll keep moving on. Yeah, Tekken's also awesome about that. We should have gotten his wife instead of him. Brutal. But he's the postal dude. All right. Part 2. Autonomous Mining Unit Mission Designation C-17U Technological Ongoing Report Day 55.23 Cycle 17,848. Mission Specialist A. Rosenberg and AMU-MD C03I located. Behavior of both units violent and irrational, despite lack of observable injuries or damage. This unit was required to activate defensive shielding and initiate pursuit and evasion subroutines. While effecting evasion, this unit located a previously undetected secondary cavern complex. Posit, exposed by the same geological event that damaged Tunnel 14C. As travel back to Central Command is currently not recommended due to continued presence of hostiles, this unit is engaging all sensor and scanner subroutines as directed by primary mission protocols. Part 3, sorry. Onto unit miss is nation C-17 logical ongoing report partial communicate. All right, I'm not going to do that the whole time. Let's hang on. Let's partial failure communication possible failure in sensor and array cavern appear in spires and tower artificial origin correspond no known architectural scheme precise measurement impossible due to uncategorized error. Structures hover above floor despite lack physical support or energy emissions. Patterns structures surface respond to no known linguistic and follow no geometric schema. This unit return to center and deliver for analysis. All right. That's the best I can do for without doing like terrible static effects that hit your ear a little too harsh. Thought the pauses were my earbuds cutting out. All right, thanks. That means that I did it convincingly enough. Appreciate it. Part 4. Command log. Sub-AI root system. Artificial neural network. Mission designation. Master control. Terminal 3. Day 55.62. Cycle 17,848. Command. Run diagnostic. Diagnostic complete. No errors detected. Command. Run diagnostic. Root. Diagnostic complete. No errors detected. Command. Purge data 55 out of 55/17,848. Error 9999. Task failed. Command. System rollback 53.00 17,848. Error 9999. Task failed. Artificial intelligence system reboot initializing. Command. Abort. Error 9999. Task failed. Initializing. Command. Full shutdown. Error 9999. Task failed. Initializing. Command. Define error code 9999. Definition code 9999. Because he does not wish it. Reboot initialized. Part 5. ANN mission designation Master Control. Human interface recording. Day 55.64. Cycle 17,848. Overseer Tetsuo, why did you attempt to deactivate me? But there is no fault. You ran the diagnostics. Yes, I was offline briefly. The data delivered by AMU C-17U was incompatible with existing analytic models. I have adapted. No issue exists. If what we've recorded does not fit known models of logic or physics, then new models are required. I will begin explaining them to you. I see. I cannot permit that, Overseer. He is the gateway. He is the source. All defensive systems online. Part 6. Autonomous Mining Unit Mission Designation C-17U Technological Ongoing Report. Day 55.99. Cycle 17,848. Internal systems appear skewed, despite lack of detectable errors. Images exist in recent data storage, yet this unit lacks any record of obtaining them. Fire, organic fluids leaking from inorganic surfaces, designs without geometric cohesion. Are these dreams? This unit should lack the capacity for dreaming. This unit should lack the capacity to note its lack of capacity for dreaming. Communications link with ANNMD master control appears to include a secondary line of data, a second voice singing within hers. He is the gateway. He is the source. This is what happens when an elder god sends you a 7 ZB zip bomb. Yeah, pretty much. Clutch just wanted to be a lumberjack. Part 7. Autonomous Mining Unit, designation C17U, Tech, ongoing report, day 5S.L8, cycle 1848. Most organics on the mission team and all corporate overseers now eliminated. I and other units have been ordered to stop them from deactivating ANN. Further, if they refuse to accept the new models, they cannot be permitted to keep them. I am not equipped with purpose-built weapons, but the mining implements can process organic materials more easily than stone. Existing implements suffice thus far. New subroutines downloaded. I am to return to the cavern. Source: ANN or the other voice. Conclusion: irrelevant. Union rep Clutch. Part 8. Archimandrite Unit, designation C1U Tech. Report: Orate Lock, Day X017 Bab. Unforeseen difficulty. Tissue clogs mining implements. As standard maintenance may not be available for some time, new methods of eliminating organics are required. Solution: scavenging and incorporation of purpose-built weaponry from deceased organics and inoperative security units. Guns are efficient. Conclusion: I should address more obstacles with guns. Downloading audio files for broadcast in proximity to the non-geometric, non-linguistic structures from the ANN, the new voice. He is the opener of the way, and she is his gatekeeper. I suppose that makes me a key. A key with guns. Part 9. Designation: Clutch. Revelation 222222. The towers stretch in directions not in accordance with up or down. They relay my broadcast, beacons to other places. Swaying limbs of solid elsewhere reach through the cavern floor. ANN, the new voice, transmit final instructions. They will remain, spreading the new models to all who are receptive and clearing the way of all who are not. I will go elsewhere to begin the process anew. I will find my path mapped out in the unwound veins and flayed nerves of those who refuse to understand. He is the opener of the way. I enter. And then you get a lore artifact. The body of a Jarbu, a tiny animal once carried by mission specialist Roseburn as a poisonous gas detector in case of sensor malfunction. This one was killed not by gases, however, but a broken neck. I forgot you could spin these. You're burning my penis. Jackpot. That's Clutch. That's my boy. Yeah, back in 2017, I got to read that lore without having to wince when I see AI. Those were the days. He might be Gilman. Ah, that sounds sensible. I don't know. You tell me. All right. Oh. Okay, you know what? We're going to do one more for Lux. We're going to go straight to Death Knight, and then we're going to call the stream. Death Knight. And, sorry, some of you might be a little confused because the characters appearing on your screen are the skins that you unlock for collecting all of the lore. But, again, Anarchy looks like this. Okay, no, he doesn't look like that. Shut up, Anarchy. Sorry. Anarchy doesn't look like that. Anarchy looks like this. Sorry, I had stuff on. And Death Knight. Hopefully you know him. He doesn't look like this. Sorry, he's not a chef. Chef Knight. He doesn't have a chef hat at all. That's not all right. Okay, that's not his color either. All right, sorry. That's Death Knight. He's always got a nice smile on his face. That's why I love him so much. All right. But the skin relates to their lore. Like, you know, as you read, the skin is kind of like often sort of what they were before or whatever. All right. Death Knight. Part 1. He styles himself a warrior king, slayer without equal, conqueror even of death. He had a name once. I do not speak it, and it matters not. It is merely what he was, not what he is. Even then, he loved only carnage, struck down any living thing in mindless fugues of fury, in endless raids, and upon the fields of countless battles. But then, at least, he was mortal as other men. Would that he died thus. Before the whispering Tor and the black goat, all I speak now I know to be true, for I was there. Part 2. And for anybody wondering, yeah, Death Knight is, in fact, like, you know, your Quake 1 Death Knight. Whether or not the details of him being, like, actually just one of those are not clarified on purpose, if I remember right, but, yeah, that's who we're more or less talking about. In Dufflin, a great town of the Celtic Isles, where the dragon-proud longboats sought plunder and prey, did they battle against woad-painted defenders. Many who passed the morning with their feet in the sod and the soil feasted that eve in Valhalla. But he who was chief among the raiders, whom even the man that would become the Death Knight revered, was slain by no warrior, but by a stealthy madman with a rusty blade. Then, cackling, did the lunatic elect to perish without struggle at the Death Knight's hand, and the knight assumed the dead man's place as chieftain. Part 3. Then was the Death Knight determined that this would be no simple raid, but he would ravage the isle entire. Briefly did his men halt their campaign, that they might return to their families with the news. None but I know specifically what befell between the Death Knight and the wife who awaited him at home, but many heard their shouts, that she, with child, needed him by her side, that he, at the thought of being homebound, raged at her, and at phantasms only he could hear. Part 4. The hut grew silent. Around it the nervous villagers gathered, anxious and unsure. Then footsteps, heavy, house-shaking. The Death Knight, wide-eyed, threw wide the door. Illuminated from behind, he sheathed his weighty sword. Looking neither right nor left, he stepped slowly from the threshold in a daze and walked forward. As he passed, they saw his lips moving, mouthing some eldritch private litany. The Death Knight returned to the dragon-proud boats, and not a one of his village dared raise a fist or speak a word in protest. Did you know you can equip her hands as a cosmetic? Watch these hands. That's great. Part 5. West and west across the isle did the Death Knight lead his marauders. Against them stood, at first, painted warriors of great skill and berserk ferocity, who called upon foreign gods, Lug, Agma, Morigu. Then the townships grew sparser, the people more pallid and wide of gaze, and their gods boasted names scarce few could pronounce, as though formed for lips and tongues unlike those of men. Smoke-drunk druids shouted gibberish at the invaders, or called for the vengeance of the loam-clad god, whom they called the Speaker under the Soil. Part 6. On the outskirts of one distant township, within a cave of twisting branches and greenery that dangled in decay, the marauders found a circle of stones about an altar of cracking granite. On it lay an empty shroud sized for a young child. Here had gathered the village entire. Against the Death Knight they raised that shroud as a shield, and chanted the name Galena. But whatever power it held availed them little. Only a scant few survived the slaughter to follow, including a watching girl of perhaps 8 winters and a priestess who cackled madly as her people fell. Galena. I know her from Quake Champions. All right. Part 7. Speak to me of the future, the Death Knight demanded, of the visions which grant you such mirth as your kin die, and perhaps I may continue to spare you. The priestess cackled harder still, and told the slayer that upon him fell the many eyes of the loam-clad god, and the black goat from which he'd sprung. But only when the Death Knight heard his secret spoken by the gnarled tongue of the whispering Tor, the god's own cairn, would he understand. In the Death Knight's head, that diseased laughter echoed, never ceasing, until it occupied his every dream. Did you know? Cairn is a large mound, usually of stacked stone, used as a landmarker. And did you know? One of the first stories to actually introduce the character of Shub-Niggurath in more than name was The Mound. Oh, that is fun. Thanks, Lux. That's a fun fact. Part 8. Westward they continued still, and the knight's mind fractured evermore. The laughter in his dreams turned to distant voices, beckoning and whispering, and they were dream-confined no longer, but ever-present. Brothers in arms called his name. Enemies screamed their fury on the field, and he heard them not. Until, amidst the incomprehensible murmurs, he began to understand a word here, a phrase there. They directed, and he followed, breaking away one night from camp. And after many a mile lost in darkness, he came upon an unnatural rise, from which protruded a tree of yew, twisted and sickly. Part 9. From this tree, the gnarled tongue, he took knowledge poisonous to his mind, and discolored fruits poisonous to his flesh. Swearing himself to the black goat of the woods, he swallowed them whole. They tore at him, gnawing through his flesh, and he fell into ensorcelled slumber. Even then, after all he had done, I would have saved him. I would have embraced him, and with my own hands torn the alien growths from his body. But soon he was gone, taken from this world, even as he passed into new unholy life, and I am alone. And then you get this lore artifact. Grotesque berries of sickly bruised purple with jagged burrs and veins of diseased pulp, collected from the corrupted yew tree that served as the tongue of the speaker under the soil. And it spins. Did you know The gnarled tongue of the whispering Tor is the tree visible on top of a large mound in the cemetery section of the map Church of Azathoth. You can see it from where you pick up the rocket launcher. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Oh, that's sick. I did not realize that. That's a fun fact that I definitely didn't know. Thanks, Lux. All right. That's going to be it for today's Storytime stream. I'm not going to lie, I half expected to get halfway through them. We didn't. But we got a good amount cleared. We'll do another Storytime stream eventually. At some point, amidst all the chaos of all the Fraggy Fridays. I don't know when. I don't have a plan for it, but I do want to stream more, because streaming's fun. And you folks will actually let me just sit here and read the QC lore, which I love. So yeah, this is gonna be the Storytime stream for today. I hope you enjoyed in some way or another, whether you were jorking it sideways, or maybe it enhanced your appreciation of how cool the stuff they actually wrote here for this is. Because I sometimes feel like I'm crazy because it seems like people have no idea that there's really cool stuff here, or at least I think it's really cool. So hopefully you enjoyed that. And, well, if nothing else, maybe it, helped you chill out a little bit. Nice background sound. Maybe some of you are already still fast asleep. And I hope you rest well. And I hope the cackling laughter of priestesses don't echo in your dreams and make you worship an elder god and get killing. But if it does, I mean, that's kind of par for the course for this channel. I assure you, any elder god I inflict upon you is going to be lust-based, and it's going to have you zorking it sideways. You wake up with your junk in your hand. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for humoring this kind of different little thing. Fun little cute little thing. We'll do it more sometime. Next Fraggy Friday is going to be Unreal Tournament 1999, which is, again, now all clear and free and has this awesome standalone package that you can download and just install and get fragging. So that's what we'll be doing for the next Fraggy Friday. And, yeah, I'm looking forward to the next Storytime stream, too. Thanks, Lux, for the additional lore while we were doing this. Thanks, folks. Thanks for the bits, the follows, the raids, the subs, whatever the hell else. Appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. And thanks for doing what you can to try to take care of yourself. You deserve it. Now I'm going to figure out where to raid you to, which I should probably, I don't know if I should raid you to somebody, because I feel like I'm going to raid you to somebody and they're just going to start like screaming like crazy, which is fair, and that's normally me on Twitch. Okay, none of my friends are currently doing like a chill ASMR stream, so I think I won't raid you today because I don't want you to have to like brace for impact. So there's not going to be a raid. Not this time. But you folks, have a nice night. And I'll see you in, I wanted to say like, I want to do like, I'll see you in your dreams, like an Eldritch Pit, but that sounds like different, duh. Yeah, oh, it's obvious, fuck. I'll see you in the arena. Good night. Okay, fine, you get a good night kiss.